Welcome back, Queens, to Rise and Grind. Today we have a really, really great episode, which I know that I say that every week, but I mean it every week. Today, I feel like we are switching gears just a little bit because on this show and in the mindset space, we talk a lot about saying yes to things. But what about the things that we should be saying no to and should be unavailable for that are actually sneakily holding us back from the shit that we actually want? That's what today is all about. And I don't even want to say that this is like a list of things you shouldn't do because you guys know I don't really like the term should anyway. But I do feel as though there is a huge benefit for being absolutely unavailable and unfuckwithable. And I'm going to even take that a step further and say being unavailable for bullshit or for things that are simply not a match for who you're becoming is extremely underrated and could really be changing things for you quicker than the things that you're saying yes to. So that's what today is all about. So I feel like there are things that a lot of us hear that we should be saying no to or that are truly just not a match for your best fucking self. And some of those things are obvious, right? Like we know that we shouldn't be putting up with shitty men. We know that we shouldn't be putting up with clients who are hardly paying us. We know these things logically, but I think what we don't realize is how much brain space and how much energy those things can truly drain from us and truly take our magic away, our power away, because those types of things are distracting your brain from rewiring into its best fucking version to create your best fucking reality. And I don't know about you, but if I am imagining the most powerful queen version of me, I know that people who don't respect my boundaries, people who don't respect my time, people who don't respect my energy, those people are not in my circle. Like they are not my people. Those people are not a match for who I'm becoming. So the first thing that I really want to talk about is the people in your circle. And I don't mean just your friends. I don't mean just your partner. I mean anyone who gets consistent access to you. This could also mean your clients. It could be people that you speak to frequently. Whoever it is, if you have like toxic ass friendships, if you have clients that are literally sucking your will to live and absolutely draining the soul out of you, those things have to go. These are things that are absolute bullshit and you can become unavailable for those things. Some other things that I hear a lot of the time, and themes, I guess I should say, that I see a lot of the time. Not only do I hear these in conversations with other women, but I see them online. I see people talking about them in their stories. The amount of people that are basically putting everyone else ahead of them and totally ditching their self-care, totally self-sacrificing for other people's comfort or other people's needs. Those things have to go. And even things like over explaining yourself, over apologizing. If you have people in your life, or if you don't value yourself enough to say, I'm not available for this bullshit, it's time to change that. And basically what it all boils down to is this bullshit, right? This stuff that is standing in your way. If it is out of alignment, and we talked about alignment a couple episodes ago, if it is out of alignment and it is distracting you from your highest self, from your best fucking life, it has got to go. And that doesn't mean that everything that's tiring or everything that is out of alignment has to be completely eliminated from your life. But everything that is within your main focus area, this means the things that you are aware of every single day, there needs to be a boundary set between you and the bullshit so that it is not affecting your everyday life. Because if it is taking your attention away from becoming your highest self, you know as well as I do if you listen to this podcast that daily focus on your highest self, daily focus on your best fucking life, and daily focus on rewiring is required if you want to have lasting change. And anything that's taking away from that or distracting you is not part of your highest self timeline. Which is the perfect segue into a little bit of the brain science behind this. This is not just me ranting because I want you to stop engaging with your shitty friends or being underpaid by your clients. I do want those things, but I want them for a good reason. It's not just because I'm like over here raging about it, right? There's actual neuroscience behind why this is stopping you from getting the life that you want. The first thing that I want to say, and the reason why I'm mentioning this first, is because to me it is the most important. Your nervous system is picking up on everything, okay? Your nervous system is like a very intuitive little being that is kind of listening at all times. It's sort of like the FBI monitoring your phone. The nervous system is like that, except it's just monitoring your whole fucking life. And so when you are allowing bullshit to happen, when you're sleeping on your self-care, when you're allowing someone to mistreat you, when you are undercharging, your nervous system sees that and it reinforces in your subconscious mind, this is okay. This is fine. This is completely normal. And when things are normalized, that is when they become your reality. We know this. We know this when it comes to the neuroscience of manifestation. You can't manifest anything fabulous unless it feels normal to you. So if you are normalizing bullshit and you are available for bullshit, that is exactly what you are telling your nervous system you want more of. And that's exactly what you're going to continue to manifest. The second piece of this puzzle is that your brain will often do whatever is easiest. Like it is wired for maximum efficiency. Beyond that, focus is a huge piece of this puzzle. So what I mean by that is if you are focusing on shit that doesn't serve you, or things are coming up for you every single day where it's not allowing you to focus on positivity, to focus on becoming your most high vibe self, for rewiring your mind, guess what? Your brain's tired. Okay, it only has so many decisions that it can make, and it only has so much efficiency. So if you are not utilizing that wisely, it's similar to like the time in the day. If you are not using the time that you have wisely, it's going to run out. And your brain is no different. Your energy is no different. You are a human being. You are not a robot. So you can't take in all of this bullshit and then still expect to have the energy to become your highest self. Those two things can't happen at the same time, which is why so much of the time we just continue to live the same reality and months go by and we still have clients who are underpaying, or we still have friends that aren't really showing up for us, or we still just don't feel like our most confident self. And it's because we wasted all of our mental energy on negative shit and we didn't actually show up as our highest self and make decisions as her. We allowed bullshit to continue, and therefore we are on this vicious cycle of bullshit. And here are some just like real life ways that we're allowing bullshit to take our focus away from becoming our best fucking selves. Number one is constantly checking social media. And I know it is so easy to do it. And I'm not saying that I don't be scrolling on TikTok sometimes, because I totally do. But constantly checking your notifications, constantly checking your DMs, constantly doom scrolling through content because you're obsessing over someone else's programs or something like that, that's bullshit. And that's a waste of your time. That's not highest self behavior. And it is not aligned with the life that you're trying to manifest, which is why it's bullshit. Anything that is out of alignment with your highest self timeline, bullshit. The second way this is coming up, you're saying yes to things that you don't really want to do because you feel guilty and you don't want to be the bad guy. Saying yes to things that you don't want to do is the same exact thing as saying no to yourself. So I would much rather see you say no, set a boundary. Maybe it's uncomfortable. Maybe it doesn't feel great at first. You don't want to let someone down. Totally understandable. However, if you're going to let someone down, don't let it be you. The next way you're allowing bullshit to distract you and run your life is to overanalyze or just like overly allow small things to steal your peace. So what do I mean by that? I mean overanalyzing a conversation that you had with someone, or overthinking something that happened in the past, or one of my personal favorites, scrolling through threads and arguing with people on the internet. Those things are bullshit. They're a waste of your time. They are a waste of your peace. They are a distraction and they are not necessary. And here's the thing. Every little thing that you allow drains your energy in a way that you might not even realize. And there are like sneaky little energy leaks, just letting air out little by little, letting your power out little by little, letting just enough go so that you don't always notice. But the thing that I know about leaks is that they can become floods very fucking quickly. And that is what I want to prevent from happening for you. So now here comes my favorite part of the episode where we talk about what to actually do about it. I have told you enough about being unavailable for bullshit. How can we actually become unavailable for bullshit? Here's how. You have to heal from the beliefs that you have internally that are convincing you that bullshit is necessary. You have to heal from the people pleasing. You have to heal from overanalyzing. You have to heal from all of these limiting beliefs that are keeping you small and allowing these things to exist in your life. So what is the antidote to bullshit? It's self-love. And when I say self-love, I feel like this every time we talk about self-love, I have to do this disclaimer because the online space and Pinterest and aesthetics and things like that have really taken self-love and run with it. Self-love to me is not a bubble bath and a glass of wine. Okay? First of all, I hate taking baths. We'll start with that. Second of all, I'm pregnant and I can't drink wine. But beyond those two things, self-love is not just relaxing. It is so much more than that. Can it include a bubble bath and a glass of wine if that's your vibe? Of course. But that is not like the pinnacle of self-love by any means. The highest form of self-love is discipline. And by discipline, I don't mean just like, getting up and doing your to-do list and shit. It's the ability to say, I love myself too much to not live up to my full potential. I love myself too much to put up with bullshit. I love myself too much to not uphold my boundaries. And it can be things even deeper than that. Like it is holding the line on things like not entertaining drama, not entertaining underpaying clients, not entertaining toxic relationships or unsupportive friendships or whatever. And most importantly, it is not putting off this healing. It's not putting off the shit that you know is going to help you. It's not putting off all of those mindset exercises or self-love practices or whatever it is that you know is what's standing between who you are right now and who you want to be. And really, when it comes down to it, the more you love yourself, the more you are reinforcing your worth to your brain, right? The repetition that your brain is getting when you continually respect your own boundaries, when you continually show up for yourself and show yourself love and show yourself your value, right? Those things, that repetition is going to make an insane difference in your brain and in your ability to subconsciously rewire so that you can manifest what you want. Not to mention the fact that when you are prioritizing yourself, when you're prioritizing your well-being, the chemicals in your brain are much more positive, right? You feel better, you feel good. Whereas when you're constantly stressed the fuck out, people are consistently bothering you, and you're available for bullshit, your brain is not set up at its best and brightest. There is absolutely no way you can be vibrating at a high frequency when you feel like shit about yourself. So just to bring all of this together, what I want you to take away from this more than anything is that your subconscious is always listening. Your nervous system is always listening. So if you let people treat you poorly, if you allow situations that are not really honoring your highest self, you are showing your brain, this is good, I want more of this. When realistically, your conscious mind is probably like, fuck this, I hate this, I don't want any more of this, but you can't actually get out of it because you're continually behaving out of alignment. But the good news is, as soon as you start acting accordingly, when you start raising the standard, your whole reality is going to shift. Everything around you is going to start to change. The things that you attract are going to change. The way that people treat you is going to change because it is going to be so clear that you are unavailable for bullshit, that you are just attracting the best fucking experiences and clients and everything else ever. And here is just a breakdown. This is like 4 simple things. If you want to be so unfuckwithable, here is the action step portion of the episode where you can take these things and run with them to become unfuckwithable and unavailable for bullshit. The first step always, we know this with neuroscience and manifestation, the first step always is to decide. Make the decision that you're unavailable for bullshit. Make the decision that you are absolutely unfuckwithable. No hesitation, no like, oh, well, maybe, no, okay? I am unavailable for bullshit. I am unfuckwithable. Those are some affirmations for you to take and run with today, okay? Continue to repeat them because there is absolutely no way you can change your life while you are continuing to make the same excuses that got you into this reality in the first place. The second thing, boundaries. Boundaries are our friends. Boundaries are our besties, okay? And the more you enforce boundaries, the more you teach your brain and your neural pathways that boundaries are good. We like boundaries. Boundaries are a green flag. So having boundaries not only with other people, but with yourself, absolute game changer. And that will reinforce in your brain, I am worthy of boundaries. I am worthy of being treated well. Not to mention that every single time you do that, every single time you enforce a boundary, you are strengthening that in your brain. You are strengthening the part of your brain that allows these decisions to continue to be made. And the discipline piece, which we talked about, self-love and discipline, the part of your brain that also reinforces discipline gets a double serving of reinforcement. Number 3, step 3 of this becoming unfuckwithable section, behave as your highest self now. If your highest self would not put up with any kind of bullshit, stop putting up with any kind of bullshit. Look at your life, look at the parts of your life where you feel like, I'm not really behaving in alignment with my highest self. Take a look and start to make changes, start to shift things. Become her now. So if you already had all of the clients that you wanted, or all the money, or the confidence, or the man, or the car, or the house, or whatever, if you already had those things, would you be putting up with this shit? Would you be making yourself smaller and less important? Okay? Would you be entertaining people that are simply not your people? Probably not. And then finally, number 4, set the standard for your highest self. Start to think about tangible shit where you can cut the cord, where you can clean out space, where you can make shifts. Go take a look at your life, make a list, and completely shift energetically. And just my final thoughts, my personal feelings, and this is true if you are listening to this, watching this, whatever version you've come across. You were not put on this earth to be available for bullshit. That's not your purpose here. You are here to lead. You are here to have a fabulous life. You are here to create amazing things. You are here to expand. What you're not here for is to put up with other people's shit, make yourself feel small, and be available for bullshit. Respect and love yourself enough to protect your energy, show yourself how valuable you are, and love yourself enough to show up as your highest self now by making the shifts that we talked about today. The moment that you stop settling, your reality is going to shift. So my mission for you today, pick one area where you're going to stop settling in your life. Pick one and make the change. And with that, my queens, I am out of here today. I actually have to go catch a flight. So I love you very much. Be unavailable for bullshit. Become unfuckwithable. And I promise you, your fabulous life is right around the corner. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.